everybody. Come on in. This is the Shawn Yankey Show. We're getting ready to start. It's Monday night. It's time for a whole new week of brand new episodes of the Shawn Yankey Show. What this is a live, interactive chat show. You ain't never seen nothing like this. We gather and we have a conversation every day, Monday through Friday, live. And I'm going to try this off the top of my head. 5 Mountain, 6 Pacific, 7 Central, and 8 Eastern. Right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. And we are the most dangerous and suppressed show on the internet. So please, 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 please like and share. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. If you're here on Facebook, get creative. Share to some neat groups. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. I don't know really where to share it. It's so original. But come on in. And I also want to let you know, if you want to help support the show, it's free. All you got to do is take part. Interaction. Every bit of it is great. It helps in the algorithm. The little algorithm that chooses what gets out and what gets seen. So smashing the like buttons and commenting helps the show. Plus, like I said, this is a chat show. It's a comment-driven show, and it depends on you guys taking part. And if it's your first time here, it's like Fight Club. You have to talk. You have to talk. You have to join the discussion. But let me turn off the music and get over here so I can see who's in. Jennifer, you're not only on time, you were first tonight. So yes, and any time you show up to a Shawn Yankey show, you are right on time. You cannot be late to a Shawn Yankey show. So even if you're watching later on, please still take part and comment. You know, not only does it help us, but I like hearing from you. You're damn right, Heath. This is where the fun begins. And it's a brand new week. So we got 5 of these coming up. Hey, Joan. Hey, Helen. Lori's here. Susan. Brent. Jessica. Paul, top fan. You got your badge up. Man, I like seeing that. You know, hold up the badge. Let people see it. Everybody knows you're top fan, but everybody needs to see it sometimes. Hey, Riley. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We're going to line it up. I got a little bit too much going on this week, but we are going to line it up. I've got Todd Church is going to be on Friday. He's going to hang out with us for Friday's episode. I think that's what we're going to do, is just have a situation where I plan some things for us to get into, and me and Todd just kicking around with you guys. You know, I'll have to feed him the comments, but we'll make it work. It's going to be fun. So that'll be neat. And then I also today interviewed Steve Grumbine by request about MMT. And that's going to air in the next few days. I got to edit it. I got to do some work with the recording of the interview. But I haven't been across the road yet, babe. I got to go after the show.
That's fine. I sit now.
All right. Sorry, Babel's wanted to know if I had gotten cigarettes today. Because I didn't. I didn't stop across the roads. But that'll be cool, right, Lori? Yeah, that'll be neat. So Friday, Todd's going to be here, and that's going to be cool. So I'm looking forward to that, and then we'll air clips on the live maybe tomorrow. I don't want to promise, though. Definitely by Thursday of the Steve Grumbine interview. So we'll show some clips of that, and then I'll have the full video up on my Facebook page and the YouTube channel. And by the way, for anybody on Facebook, my YouTube channel is Me on Things and Stuff. I get asked that all the time. That's what it's called. And this is the same show, but over on YouTube. And I'm only putting it there in case you want to go give my YouTube channel a look and check out some older videos and check out some stuff, because it's all archived there, and there's 4 years of content. So if you have a good time tonight and you want to check out some stuff, go to the YouTube channel and check it out. Hey, Jack. Good to see you. We can't start till Jack gets here. Jack's got to have a bowl for us, and there's a whole routine. But I'm glad to see there's a good group here. We got some people here on YouTube as well. Hi, YouTube. And Periscope. We got a few on Periscope. Good to see you guys. We're just going to get into a few things. I want to talk about a purge I just did on my Facebook page and talk about why I did it and what the results were of the purge. I want to get into a case that is not being talked about that Helen actually turned me on to today about fluoride in the water. It is actually a case on the books right now to get the fluoride out of our water. We're going to bring that up a little bit. I want to get into a little bit of facial recognition stuff. And I even want to talk about these elite sex rings that do exist around the world that are being taken down. There was 12 arrests and 1,000 victims identified in a raid in Barcelona, Spain. So there's a lot of stuff to get into. We're going to cover as much of it as we can get to. And let me close. I had a page up that was distracting me. Jack says we raised $1,200 for needy families. We being my biker friends. Dude, I saw that. Your poker run? That is amazing. And congratulations on that. That's awesome. Jack is a biker. He's a patched member of a biker gang, aren't you? A motorcycle club? Maybe I shouldn't call it a gang, but a motorcycle club. And they did a charity poker run this weekend, and they raised $1,200. So that's awesome. And Heath, how did the purge go? It's still going, dude. I've never done it this way before. Some of you that have been with me on Facebook for a while know that I do purges from time to time. I'm too lazy to clean my Facebook friends list. I'm just far too lazy to do that. So what I do is I'll just post some truth or my opinion and then let the trash take itself out. That's just the way I tend to do it. Hey, Sandy. But what happened was it was Trump's birthday. So everybody was posting pictures of Obama as an FU to Trump, right? So I decided to drop a little truth about Obama. So that's what I did. And I put a post on my Facebook page. And all it said was, Obama was worse than Trump is. That's it. That's all it said, was Obama was worse than Trump is. And I stand behind it as a factual statement. And I'll explain why. The reason why I say Obama is worse, there's a lot of reasons, actually. First off, all the same shit took place under Obama. The only other thing that was taking place, we were in 2 more wars. There was the same shit with deportation. There was the same shit with children in cages. There was all the same shit. And the same people were being enriched. But nobody was paying attention. He was so damn slick and so damn smooth that everybody had their eyes closed. See, now nobody's comfortable. That's why Trump isn't as bad. Didn't say he's good. See, people imply a lot of shit into a post like that, right? If you say Obama was worse than Trump is, they'll twist that shit up. They'll twist that into, then you must be saying Trump is good. I didn't say that. Obama's a piece of shit. Trump is also a piece of shit. So we're comparing 2 pieces of shit. All we're doing is picking the one with the least corn in it. I think Trump's pile is the better pile. They're still both garbage. You see what I'm saying? But Trump is a media made-up boogeyman. A lot of the fear campaign behind and involving Trump is the media using him as a diversion and a distraction. You know, I also asked another question today, mid-purge. Is Donald Trump an idiot or a supervillain? Because he can't be both, right? He can't be both. Like, he can't be incompetent and an evil mastermind. You know, you got to pick one. They go on and on all day about how he speaks at a 4th grade level and he's not very intelligent, not very bright. Then they say it, then in the same breath, they'll be like, he's trying to turn it into a dictatorship. He's mad with power. Look at what he's doing. He's either incompetent or he isn't. He's either an idiot or he isn't. He can't be both. Yeah, Obama was slick as owl shit. You know another president that was really slick but also did a lot of stuff that really affected us in a negative way was Slick Willie Clinton. You know, playing the sax on the Tonight Show and all that shit. He got a lot done, brother. He's the one that made it possible for the militarization of police that we see to this day. All with a D next to their name. So it doesn't matter. It's just a show. And I think Trump is better for the simple reason. I do not like Trump. It shouldn't be necessary to say that. This room understands that, but most people don't. If you say anything positive about him, you must like him. I don't. I'm just saying that people are not comfortable now, and that's good. That's better. They're paying attention. They're looking behind the curtain, looking for answers. You know, it should have already been obvious that nothing makes sense. That this whole world just feels wrong. You just can tell that something is wrong with existence and reality. That we're living a lie. And, you know, even if you can't figure out what it is, you should know that. Bare minimum. But now people do. And this stuff that has having cameras pointed at it, the racism, that isn't new. It's not new. It's been around forever. And it's been around as long as stupidity has. Because that's all it is. Brett said the Supreme Court ruled today giving gay rights at work. Obama is still working on it. I didn't say he didn't do good things. A broken clock's right twice a day. That stuff was pandering. Hillary was the same. She was against gay marriage for most of her political career and only came around to gay rights. I just realized that the lighting sucks and it doesn't need to. Only came around to gay rights and things like that when it was beneficial to her. And it just did that because it was popular, I think. It was a publicity stunt, in my opinion. Mark says Obama was a better puppet, but both are working for others. They're not working for us. See? They're your enemy. Obama was your enemy too. That's why I think people need to remember. You know, they're hugging up on George W. Bush now. We're forgetting about that war criminal. We're forgetting about everything that he's responsible for. Ellen's hanging out with him at baseball games. And fucking Michelle Obama loves her some George W. Bush. These people all hang out together. It's a big club and we ain't in it. They don't work for us. They laugh at you. And I posted another meme about Obama because it became a purge. And I made some memes. I posted another one that said, I enriched myself at your expense, yet you praise me. And that's exactly what he did. He made himself very rich with a lot of influence and power at your expense, at my expense, at all of our expense. He's not your friend. Brett says, I need to be more clear. Obama could not get it done. Oh, the whole job. Yeah, okay. The illusion of choice. You're absolutely right. Jennifer said those people are psychopaths. That's why you can't understand their thinking. That's why why people can't even accept that people were capable of shit like that. Because you're thinking like a regular person with morals and values and shit. These people are psychopaths. They're not like you and me. They don't think like you and me. And they definitely don't think of us as people. They think of us as eaters. Waste, useless parasites. Lee says, I haven't missed a show yet. Thank you, Lee. But I'm so heavily censored, I'm being extra careful. Dude, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's getting hard as hell to share anything of value or to tell any truth or anything. Getting hard. You know, they demonetized my YouTube channel real recently. Maybe like a week or two ago. And ever since they did that, my views have dropped by 85%. Instantly. And I wasn't monetized for 4 years of that because I was building to that level. And I mean, I've been watching these stats grow for years. And I averaged 2,500 views every week on average for consistently for 2 years. And it's not that that's that good. It's just that that was my average. It's now down, I don't even want to say. It makes me sad. They're suppressing the hell out of me now. Because for whatever reason, I've been deemed harmful speech. And the reason is because I talk about things that aren't popular and aren't mainstream approved. And this is mainstream media. Just because they're giving us a little freedom right now, letting us run a little loose, get a little loosey-goosey, make some live streams. Nobody's seeing them. You see what I'm saying? They're just spinning our wheels. Like they're taking down YouTube channels left and right, deplatforming people. You know, I knew it when they started with Alex Jones. I knew it. I said it. Don't praise this. Even if you don't like Alex Jones, which I don't. I think Alex Jones is a disinformation agent. But I will defend to the death his right to free speech and his right to a platform because I defend mine. Now, I also defend your right to not listen to him and they'll go away. Let this shit die on its own. If it's good, it'll rise up. If it's not, it'll die off. They don't want that. They want to be in control of it. So they bought it all up. Now there's really nowhere to talk. Jack says Dub Mac 2 is great smoke. Just letting you know what you are high on now. It's called Dub Mac 2. I love weed with names. Dude, I'm becoming such a weed snob. Cannabis snob. I'm a cannabis snob. On Friday, I got 3 different strains. So I feel pretty fancy right now. I got variety when I open my drawer. He said that's why we're here. I love that you guys gather here. That amazes me. The people that I see here every day, I can't believe it. I mean, I'm very lucky. Lee says, notice my comments on your Twitter, Shawn. I gave pics of my continued Facebook jail, fascist book jail. I'm awful at Twitter. I'm really, really, really bad at Twitter. I don't know how to tweet. I don't know how to do it. I try to be real clever, and I get in there and I try to make it work because I'm trying to build it for my social media, to build a brand. I can't. And I can't get any traction. It's like talking in a crowded room, talking to yourself in a crowded room. That's what I always envision it as. Brett says, oh my God, I'm out. And there's no reason for that. All right. He says the cream rises to the top. Jones says Mitch McConnell doesn't see any need to rush any more aid to the people at this time. He thinks people have plenty of savings for quite some time yet. Mitch McConnell's an asshole. Mitch McConnell's a gatekeeper. Mitch McConnell's there to make sure that you and I don't get shit. They don't work for us. He's not ever going to do anything in your own best interest. And the fact that he keeps getting voted into office is ridiculous. Why we vote for our enemies all the time? Well, I know why. I don't want to skip ahead in my notes yet. But I'm telling you, if I upset Brett, I don't even know what I said. Because we're squirrel style tonight, yo. I had an interview today. I had work today. We're going off the cuff. I got some stories I want to get to, but I'm just talking. And I offend people. It happens. That's kind of the key of what we do around here. And that's kind of why it's so fun and interesting. It's neat when somebody else is getting triggered. But your button comes up soon. I've had it happen over and over again. I offend people from time to time. Because I like to jar people loose. I like to shake the cage. I don't know. Some people can handle it. Some people can't. Jessica said I'm smoking pre-98 Bubba Kush. Man, I got Sour Haze, Citrus Slap, and Blue Dream. And so far, my favorite is the Blue Dream. Sandy says the social media platforms are close to being as controlled or more than brainwashed television infiltrating the masses. Top fan, wax and oil. Tell me about the oil, okay? I've tried wax. Tell me about the oil. Now, they are always selling the oil, and I almost went ahead and bought it, but it's like $110. I don't know how much is in there. My guess would be it's like 3 ounces, but maybe it's only 2. But it's $110, and that's a lot for me. But if it's good, how do you use the oil? What do you do with it? Because they even got chocolate sauce at the dispensary I go to and barbecue sauce. Dude, I saw taco seasoning. Lori, people get offended easily. And they just do. And it breaks my heart when it happens. And it's always somebody I like. Always. I had one person get mad at me because I don't believe in aliens. Pissed at me. Very angry. Riley says, I've got oil. You vape it? Oh, okay. So you need a special rig. Like I need tools and accessories to use it. Susan says, you pushed my buttons a couple times, Shawn, but you can scare me. You can't scare me off, dude. I will do that. I will. I'll post shit I don't even agree with. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because, like if I'm scrolling around and I see people getting triggered, then I want to do it. Somebody told me get a better hobby during the Obama purge. They're like, get a better hobby. Dude, I fucking love this one. I don't need a better hobby. I didn't argue with a single soul in that Obama purge. Anybody here can vouch for me. I didn't argue with a single soul. I didn't call nobody stupid. I didn't say nothing to nobody. Really, I said a little bit of stuff, but nothing bad. 60 people have unfriended me so far over that. 60. In a day. With hardly any interaction. I ain't called nobody stupid. I never defended Trump. Not once. It's crazy. I think it's hilarious. And I do that shit all the time. It's fun to me. You vape the oil just like e-cigs. What do you have to buy, though? Jones says, not me. I don't get offended. All right, we'll see. Jessica says, I love to trigger people. Me too. Me too. You know why? Because you need to be. If shit is bothers you so bad it triggers you, you need to ask yourself why. Why is this have so much power over me? Why is this affecting me so deeply? And you're probably going to find some interesting things out about yourself. But not until you're ready. You're never going to do it until you're ready to do it. Yeah, Helen, I did. I gave out a lot of hug reactions. Because when somebody has to stop by my post to tell me that they got to unfriend me because I'm a moron, I got to care. I love that new care react. The little huggy guy on Facebook. Oh, my God. I love it. Anytime somebody calls me stupid, I always hit it with a care. Because I totally fucking care what your opinion of me is. It really is going to bother me. Yeah, Susan, 60 less imbeciles. I let the trash take itself out. I'm too lazy. Marie said, I had a good friend me yesterday. He was talking about how butthurt Bernie bros are going to give us Trump. I told him to get the fuck out of here, Biden bro. Every time I start thinking that I can vote for a turd, someone like you post this. He wants a butthurt boomer, bye. Dude, we're not butthurt. We're not butthurt. And I got Bernie's on my notes. All I got is 4 sentences written down. That's it. But he's on there. Riley said, I saw a fallen angel. I believe in them. And I ain't saying I'm right about aliens. I wasn't saying I was right about aliens at the time. It came up. I said that I thought that aliens wouldn't be interested in us. Oh my God. See, sometimes it's something stupid. But, Tony, no, you're never late to this show, Tony. You're never late. Anytime you show up, you are right on time. Jack says, stick to the flower, Shawn. I like to experiment with things. And I'm just curious. I'm a curious soul, Jack. I do prefer flower, though. I like the vapes, honestly, because I can do it inside. There's my Babos gets headaches. She gets migraines. She cannot smoke cannabis. That's the saddest shit ever. It makes me very sad. Lori says it's a face holding a penis, that care button. I love it, though. I love to react to shit that don't matter. It's my favorite. Jessica says I've never used it. Tiny boycott of the care reaction. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Anytime somebody tells you you're an idiot, care react that shit. You totally care, right? Javier, dude, I saw your message as the music was playing when we were setting up tonight. Otherwise, I'd have took you up on that shit, man. We're squirrel style tonight. I would have had a guest on for sure. You know, because I interviewed Steve and it went long. And then I tried to do something, which I'm not very technically savvy. So I tried to do something and it went wrong. And I wasted an hour and a half doing that. And then I was like, well, the hell with it. I'm going to have to go squirrel style. Jessica says vaping hurts the lungs. But Babos lets me do it inside. It's hot outside. I don't like the heat. Top fan. I love your new badge. And Pete is a gate. Look, I named my gate Pete. Just because I wanted to. Because I thought he needed a name. I walk through it every day. And Pete's a gate. And I love him. He's the best gate. But Pete is a gate. And Pizzagate. Jennifer says, my husband can't use it. Cannabis? Man, that's weird, right? Isn't that weird? That we both know somebody that cannot enjoy cannabis? Nissa says, Bigfoot. Well, maybe we should have Philip back on. I want to have Philip back on. I miss Philip. We had a good conversation. And I know he's got more to tell us. Hey, Nicole. Marie says, I hate dabs too. Give me a bong. I like dabs. Moon ride. Taking a moon ride. I don't mind taking a moon ride. Vaping burns my throat, Susan says. The nicotine vapes do, but the cannabis ones don't bother me. But I wanted to talk about this just because I want to get it out there. Right now, in one of the most important trials of our time, of our lifetime, the Fluoride Action Network is taking the Environmental Protection Agency on in an unprecedented court case that could lead to the end of water fluoridation in the U.S. and possibly even worldwide. This is big. This is amazing. And no one's talking about it. Why? It's a big case. I think that's very good. And then did you see this? Have you heard about the little city in Seattle? Chaz? Y'all seen that? The Mad Max city in Seattle where they took 6 blocks and they're showing you all this crazy news footage online. Well, turns out some of that shit's fake. Fox published digitally altered and misleading photos and images and from that city that actually weren't from there. One of the images was actually from a protest in St. Paul on May 30th. And then the other one was a doctored image where they added in a guy, a guard, dressed in, a vest and with an assault rifle standing in front of their sign. In the original picture, there is no guard. So that's interesting. I wanted to bring that up. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Riley just posted it. Rose posted about it. I know, but the media's not talking about it. This is a woke group of folks. I don't know how I did that, but I got a lot of woke folks that show up at my stuff for whatever reason. Javier says Chaz sounds like a new sex term. It sounds like some bullshit to me. It sounds like a real bad idea, too. You know, because they really did take over 6 blocks. But they let them. You know, a congresswoman let them into the Capitol, or the courthouse, or whatever they took. The courthouse, right? Courthouse. Let them in. And yes, fluoride is not in the water to strengthen your teeth. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And they've known that for a very long time. Fluoride was actually experimented with by Hitler. And the reasons why he was interested in it is because it makes you more submissive, more docile, and it lowers your IQ. Makes you less likely to cause trouble and ask questions. Paul says, who will Chaz take in the first round of the draft? I don't know, but they have a rapper leading them. Isn't he a rapper? Isn't a dude? He's supposed to be like some kind of warlord underground gangster rapper. Jennifer says it's more fun to hang out with woke people. It is. It is. You got to take a break. You know, we deal with a lot of sheep. There's a lot more stupid running around. Stupid is rampant. You want to know what the epidemic is, what the pandemic is stupidity. Rose says they changed their name to Chop now. They're not Chaz no more. What they didn't like that reminded everybody of Chaz Bono. Chop. That sounds a little more bullshit. I saw Jennifer's comment and it made me say bullshit, but it's still true. It stands up. Riley says lithium is also in the water. Jones says the woke folks seek out the truth, so we found you. Aw, you're amazing. Paul says, I think Chaz needs a shortstop. Chaz needs something. Chaz gonna fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of this is manipulation, and they're fucking with us, and they're trying to get us all civil unresty and riled up so they can roll out the military and lock us down for real. They've been social conditioning us and getting us ready for a big change. What's coming? Something big. It's not this bullshit going on around us. It's not what's happening. That's diversion and distraction. Helen says he's worth a few million. The rapper? Is he? What's his name? I never had heard of him before. Josh, I'm an interdimensional time traveler from the future. In my timeline, Harambe was not killed, and we are at peace. There are no riots or viruses. Y'all messed up. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it the moment that they shot that gorilla, that we entered a different timeline. And there's a world where Harambe is still alive. And he has 16 little gorilla grandkids, and everybody's happy. And in that world, there is no Rona, and there is no riots, and there is no protests, and there is no damn race baiting. Because that's all that's going on right now is a bunch of race baiting. They're trying to get us fighting amongst each other, biting at each other's throats so we can't see our real enemy, that we don't ever rise up against what's really against us and see that we all are on the same team. And what really matters is how many zeros are in your bank account. And if your bank account looks like mine, don't matter what color you are. We're on the same team. Riley says, I haven't used the care emoji. It makes me angry. Why? What's it mean? What's it stand for? Because I just use it for care. Does it have a meaning? Does it stand for something? Raz Simone. Raz. Chaz. Did they name it after him? Like Chaz. I'm Raz from Chaz. Lee says, I'm standing against what's coming. I won't last long, but I'm taking others with me. You know, it's hard to even know what to tell people to do. Babe was asked me. She's like, what do we do if the shit hits the fan? hard to say. I would have to go out fighting too, though, I think. Lori says they need a vomit emoji. I think they need a confused emoji. You know, if we're going to add emojis, we can add a confused. We can get rid of wow and add confused. If we got to get rid of one. Helen says Charles Manson's just grinning ear to ear. Paul says top fan plus 25. Man, your badge just keeps getting better. He's changed his badge like 4 times during this show. This shit all started when Bruce Jenner chopped off his member. So you don't think it was Harambe? You think it was Bruce becoming Caitlyn? Riley says it's part of the propaganda. Josh says there's a way to fix it. If y'all elect Joe Jorgensen, your timeline will be reset back to normal. Josh is a paid troll, aren't you? Are you a troll, Josh? Do you live under a bridge? A puke emoji. Jessica says care reaction sends like saying thoughts and prayers. Is that what it is? Is that what it represents? I take it as I care. I care so much that you think I'm an idiot. I care so much that you're blocking me. I care so much that you're going to leave my friends list. Yeah, Jennifer, I'd have to go out fighting. That's the only way I know. And like we were talking about the chip, that came up last night. And I'm never getting that. Any kind of tracking device, any kind of digital currency, I don't want to be a part of it. So I don't know what to do. Pretty soon, I'm going to be driven out of society. I won't be alone, though, and we'll end up on a commune. And it's good because we've met a lot of people, and it'll be a really cool commune. But we'll have the best commune. Yeah, Josh, so you speak the truth. You're a truth troll. That's my favorite kind of troll. So I'm glad you have found us. And if you're interested, I'm selling a couch. And trolls love it. Yeah, Jennifer, F that chip. You're not putting the chip in me. I'm not getting that. And you know what? They are going to move in that direction. And people will line up for that shit. They'll make it neat. They'll make it operate your phone and open your garage door. And people will be like, oh my God, I want the Apple version. They'll line up to get that shit. They can't wait to get chipped up. Lee said Bruce didn't become Caitlyn. It's Bruce pretending to be someone else. There's my theory on this whole thing. If you're not hurting somebody with your actions, and you're not causing somebody any damage or pain, and it makes you happy, I'm for it. You know, I'm not down with telling people what they can and cannot do or who they are. You are the judge of that. You tell me who you are, and I'll accept you for that. Sarcasm care emoji. Great idea, Shawn. I'm going to use it, dude. Oh my God, that's the only way I use it. I don't use it for anything else. Somebody posts a picture of a cute puppy or some shit, I heart react that shit like a normal person. I'm not a psychopath. I care react to stupid shit. Lori says no vaxes ever. I'm not getting a flu shot. I'm not getting no Rona shot. I had all my shots. I got enough shots. You know, the amount of vaccines has, gone up dramatically. It's gone from single-digit shots, less than 10, up to what is it now? I don't even know. Lori's a nurse. How many shots do kids get now? Paul, you become top fan plus 33? You are a 33rd degree top fan? And you just broke into the Illuminati on this friggin' feed, man. Paul says the sheeple will have chipped parties and shame the anti-chippers. They can't wait, yo. They're going to contact trace your ass. They're going to call up the man and tell on you. That's what they're training them for with that contact tracing. being tattletales and snitches for Big Brother. Well, snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. $72. Lori says 72 shots. Verified by Lee. 72 shots by the time you're 18. You know why? It's because shut up. That ain't why. It's because they've let the pharmaceutical industry run wild and run amok, and they've been unregulated since the mid-'80s, and they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do. There ain't even proper testing into this shit. Lacey says, someone I know's son just got his 6-year shot, and he had a whelp on his arm bigger than an egg. Susan says, y'all talking about Bruce Jenner whacking off his member made me think about Lorena Bobbitt. You remember that shit? Remember that shit? There was this dude, John Wayne Bobbitt, right? John Wayne Bobbitt. And what did he do to her? What did he do to Lorena Bobbitt? I don't remember. But he pissed her off. He did something. And she cut his penis off and then took off with it in the car and threw it out the window into a field. They found it and they reattached it, but she cut that shit off like a boss. She was like, you ain't gonna fuck with me. Tony says, I'm gonna shoot your ass if you try to chip me. I don't have a gun, but I'll go out scrapping. You ain't putting no chip in me. You ain't branding me neither. You know, because they got some of those too. They want to do this little device that they can put like a barcode type tat, infrared tat on you. They ain't doing that shit neither. Was it that he was being abusive? Jessica says he cheated. Jennifer says abusive. I couldn't remember if it was that he had beat her or that he had cheated on her. But he did something, and he was fucking up. John Wayne Busey what's his name? Bobbitt was fucking up that day, and he paid the price. Yeah, he did. Paul says that he became a porn star. He did. He took that broken, cut off, reattached wiener and got in porn with it, and it had a pump. Do you remember that? Tony says he beat her ass and he cheated on her, so we were both right. Everybody was right. Yeah, Lori, they put it back on. They reattached it. They found it, and they reattached it. And then he had a porn career. Yeah. He cheated, Riley says. I'm sure he did more than that. But I wanted to get to something that people have been talking about for a long time and no one wants to listen, and it's facial recognition. In China, they got this shit down to a science. Their surveillance program is off the chain, but ours isn't that far away. You know, you got facial recognition software being used on you every time you walk into Walmart. You know, in any place with self-checkout. Those are facial recognition scanners that they're using on you. You know, and this shit is everywhere. And it's something that people don't talk about. But they use this. And that gives their AI the ability to identify hundreds of people in a crowd. And they have unlimited amounts of information, and they use all of it. I fit everything in. I got one more thing on my notes. I don't know how I'm going to segue into it, but we're going to figure it out. Jack says a cop found it, the wiener. Yep. Now you're level 47. Paul, you are going to become Mac's top fan in the course of this stream. You're going to make me keep going until you hit level 60. Sandy says Walmart is China now. Take my strong hand. Y'all seen that movie? That movie's hilarious. With that dude, you got the strong hand. I use my strong hand. Brett says they're doing it now. The excuse is because we wear a mask. No, they've been doing it for a little while, Brett. I mean, it's just, we don't have as neat a system as they got in China, but that's where we're heading. And a lot of people think that we're going a different direction. I think we're going towards more Big Brother, more of a Chinese system, just to complete lockdown, complete surveillance state, no dissenting voices. That's where we're heading. Joan says, how do you turn it off? I need to know. What do we need to turn off? Helen says, my phone keeps trying to update and I keep stopping it. Eventually it'll just shut down and just do it. Tony says, y'all cracking me up. We're having fun tonight. This is a good show. I'm having a good time. YouTube is being a quiet group, but we got 1 like over there. So somebody's digging it. But take part. I want to hear from you. And if you are commenting, YouTube, I want you to know that this has happened multiple times. If you are commenting, I can't see them. I'm not ignoring you. I've been checking on you every couple of minutes, but I've not seen one of your comments. I do see that there's people here, but I've had people tell me that they came from YouTube and they were talking over there and I was not paying any attention to them. Lori says, after they put pumps in, they inflate them full force and stick them in a jock strap for 24 hours. Not kidding. Helen says, wearing the masks helped them fine-tune the facial recognition, so idiots got that going for them. Josh, top fan plus, I don't even know what that stands for. That's like Elon Musk's baby's name. Time traveler here again. Joe is the only way to go. Stop tyranny and restore the freedom. Lacey, passports have it now. When we took a cruise, they were using it. What? Oh, it's happened. It's happened, y'all. I got lost. We made it a long time. It took me 50 minutes to get lost in the comments. Tony says, what about the powder the pimp who used baby powder to slap his bitches? Day from Friday. There's some really good movie characters, but I don't know Powder Pimp. But that's hilarious. I never saw any Friday past the original Friday. I didn't go to next Friday. I ain't been to Friday after next. I ain't been to the Friday block party. I ain't seen any of them after the first Friday. Yeah, Joan, they do. You know why they suck, Joan? I'm not going to say it just because I don't want to hurt people's feelings that are here on YouTube. They suck because they took my monetization away. And they're throttling my videos. And they're making it to where no one sees any of this stuff that I want people to see. You know, I don't create these videos I make for no one to see them. It means over 9,000. You saw Elon Musk's baby's name, right? It's like symbols and shit. That's what it reminded me of. Lori says she's never harmed a wiener in her life. That's not what she said, but I cleaned it up. I wouldn't want anything bad like that to happen. I try to do everything I can to protect the little guy. You know, I feel like that's my job and my responsibility. It's our arrangement. I look out for him, you know, and I keep him out of danger. What are y'all trying to turn off? Read your above comment. Was it the one about the harming? Was that the one? Here's the last thing I want to do. I want to get all the way through my notes because I want to feel like I accomplished something. And, you know, since we were going squirrel style today, it's nice to feel accomplished. But let me ask you guys a question as a group real quick. Gun to your head, right? I'm not political. I don't plan to vote. Gun to your head. Life or death. So you can't cop out. Trump or Biden. You got to vote one. Okay, I'll let you vote C. C is pull the trigger. A is Trump. B is Biden. C is pull the trigger. Don't everybody vote C. Don't everybody vote C. I'm going to vote A. All right? Gun to my head, I'm voting Trump. You know what I mean? I don't plan to vote. But if I was going to vote, there ain't no way in hell I'm voting for Joe Biden. No way in hell, ever, not ever, ever, ever. There was never any way I would. But no. Helen says Trump. Brent Trump. It's my gun, I'm voting Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Rose says green. Green wasn't an option, Rose. You picked C. They just shot you in the head. They just shot you in the head. Now we don't have Rose anymore because you didn't listen. You can't vote green in this situation. This is a hypothetical. Someone's going to kill you. Psychopath. And they want you to tell them right now who you're going to vote for. Donald Trump or Joseph Biden. Those are your two choices. Or pull the trigger. Yeah, I know that's how you're really going to vote. But I'm saying life or death. Who's worse? Who would you go with? Jack says, Lori says, let go of my ears. I know what I'm doing. Oh, you tricked me, Jack. You got me to read that. All right. That was hilarious, though. Lori said, I'm voting blow up DC. So you just got shot in the head, too. Man, a lot of y'all ain't very smart at surviving. Rose says, pull the trigger. So that's what she would have chose. I know our votes don't count, Jessica, which is why I prefaced the whole hypothetical with I don't plan to vote. Jones says Trump. Dude, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. First off, his politics are to the right of Trump. Second, he's a rapist. Third, he has dementia. Fourth, he spent his whole political career working against the American people and everything I hold dear. So why would I ever vote for Joe Biden? I never would have. Ever. So all day long, I'm happy in this reality. I'm happy with people being uncomfortable. And I don't want the safe alternative being offered to me because that's not the safe alternative. That is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I'll do everything I can to stop that from happening. I would much rather the devil I know than what they got up their fucking sleeve. They get Joe Biden in there and they get everybody to go back to sleep and get comfortable. I don't want to see what happens then. Yeah, Jessica, Biden is an insult to our intelligence, and he's supposed to be. I really believe that the entire reason they're running a man with dementia and his background is to rub it in our face that we were never going to have a revolution. And I think the more I think about it, the more I'm coming around to the position that Bernie's part in it was to break our spirit. It's to fill us with hope and then pop the balloon. I didn't go back to politics. Who went back to politics? I didn't go back to politics. Susan says, I hate Biden. I can't stand him. Politics affects you. You know, whether you participate in it or not. I mean, we're never going to be able to ignore it. I don't plan to vote, but Jones says, I think, especially before the election, Trump is going to pass anything he can to win our votes. I hope he legalizes marijuana. Lori, let's talk cannabis again. We're almost at an hour, and I'm done with my notes. So let's talk cannabis. I could talk cannabis all day long, every day. Jessica says, ready, get ready. Here it goes. My very first care reaction. Oh, my God. I was there for it. I feel really special now. Now, use that thing. It's fun. It's fun. Whenever somebody tells you you're stupid or they tell you they're leaving, and you know how it's never a name you've ever even seen before, give it a care react. Why waste your time or energy giving them any shit. Just show them with a carry act that you don't give a fuck. Paul says, I won't vote. I'm not gonna. I'm not in anymore. I'm out. I was out before Bernie. It's not like I wasn't already out before, but Bernie pulled me back in. I'm out now. Done. Fooled me twice. I'm done. You ain't getting a third. I don't give a shit who runs. New Babels could run for president, and I'd be like, what you up to, Babels? What you trying to do? Who got to you? I ain't voting for you. Jones says Biden doesn't plan on serving his term. He already said the vice president has to be ready to step in immediately. Absolutely. Lori says, I just shot 100 at talk of voting. Oh. I'm about to talk cannabis again when I go out to the shed. I wish I didn't have to go out to the shed, y'all. Hashtag free Shawn's weed. You know what I mean? I want to be able to smoke in the house. I got nice weed. It's got names. It's indoor weed. I wish I could break myself for calling it weed. I want to call it cannabis. That's what it is. You know, weed and marijuana, those were disparaging terms that were used to help make it illegal. They confused people because everybody knew what cannabis was. And people used it. They knew what it was. You couldn't vilify that, so they had to come up with other names that you didn't know and didn't understand, and you associated with other things, like racism again. They tried to lie and say there was Mexicans bringing in this. Everybody already had cannabis. We already knew about cannabis. We were using it in cough medicine and shit. Lori, we're not done with cannabis. You know I got ADD. You know I can't stay on one thing for very long. We'll get back around to it. It's a revolving door. It's like one of those little games in the playground at the school when you're just going around in a circle. If you don't like what I'm talking about, wait a minute. We're going to get to something else. You keep getting kicked out, Tony. I hear that from people at my feeds all the time. I told you at the beginning, this is the most dangerous show on Facebook. And the reason for that is we ain't always talking about something, but sometimes we are. And that's how I get you. I sneak truth in on you. I get you all comfortable, think we're talking about cannabis, and I smack you with some truth. That's the way I do you. You know, it ain't right, really, but it keeps you on your toes, right? Jack says, I'll have another bong hit for you, Shawn, in my house. You the man, Jack. You the man. You the man, Jack. I bow down to you, sir. Tony said political parties are psychological manipulation. Divide and conquer. That's all any of this shit is. All of it. All of it. It's distraction and manipulation to push an agenda and to keep you dumb, stupid, and distracted. That's what it's for. Lori says, talk about my lack of sex. We have got to get Lori laid, y'all. That was very inappropriate, but we do. She brought it up. I didn't bring it up. So look, road trip. No, I'm just kidding. Susan said, why did Biden promise to pick a female VP? What does having a vagina have to do with it? It's a qualification now. You list that on your resume, don't you? You don't list that you have a vagina on your resume? I got to ask you, what are you doing? Don't you want to move ahead in this world? You know, I had somebody with a vagina hat profile pic that still had the vagina hat profile pic tell me I was stupid. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Rose says, I refuse to legitimize this bullshit system by voting. She didn't say bullshit. I added that. Because I added that for Lori is why I added it. Damn, Tony. Man. I think he still would. Jessica says, let's draw straws for Lori. All right, but I'm putting all short straws in thing. Everybody's going to pull up a short straw. Lori's in a lot of trouble. Why did this took a really weird turn. Let's get back to cannabis. What are y'all smoking on? What are y'all smoking on? I'm smoking on Blue Dream, Sour Haze, and Citrus Slap. I haven't tried the Citrus Slap yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Paul's smoking on wax and oil. Jack says stay away from the oil. Why, Jack? Why do you say that? Why do you feel that the oil is not the way to go, and you don't recommend it? Because I know you do recommend RSO oil, right? Am I saying that right? I hope I'm not ruining that. I went with my memory. Usually I don't trust that because it fails me so often, but I went with it. Helen says pretty sure she's wanting bigger than a straw. Then I'm out. I'm out. Tapping out, y'all. Lori said, give me at least one big straw, please. All right, definitely out. Definitely out. Jack says, Gouda. Golden honey. Yum, yum. Lacey says, about the RSO. Now, how do you do that? How is that used? What do you get from it? I'm very curious. I've never done RSO. I've never done the oils. And I've never done barbecue sauce and chocolate sauce. These are things on my bucket list. Purple Crush. Platinum OG. He says that counts me out. Why, you got drug tests at your job? That is un-American. I'm going to like your comment just because that is the saddest thing I've ever... You know what? You're getting a care react. That is awful. Jack says you eat the RSO oil. What's the effect? Is it just a high? Is it like edibles? Lacey says buzz same as edibles. Okay. Sweet. In a capsule. Huh. Rick Simpson oil, Paul says. Yeah, I was right. My memory is better than I give it credit for. You know what? I am too hard on myself. A lot of times when I want to say something, I'm gonna start going with it. I'm gonna start trusting it more often. I'm so hot. I just saw myself doing it again. I'm not running the fan tonight. Did y'all notice that you can't hear the fan? I'm not running the fan tonight. It's driving me crazy. I listen back on playback, and I'm like, for a shit microphone, it is picking up a fan on low from the other side of the room. Lori says, at least this show turned me on to the care emojiing. Right? Something good happened today. There wasn't anything else good on this show? Come on, Lori. We didn't talk that much about politics. Give me a break. You doing, what's that called when you drop whiskey in a beer? What's that called? Boilermaker. Isn't it a Boilermaker? Nicole says louder than before. We're at full blast now. The mic is all the way up. But I'm going to get a better mic. And then I'll be able to filter out outside noise, and I'll be able to do cooler shit. I'm going to get a mixer. I'm going to get all kinds of stuff. I've gotten a little out of hand with this little hobby of mine. I'm trying to burn the house down. Cherry fell off my cigarette. See, that's the thing. When you buy cheap cigarettes, I won't buy myself the nice ones. Because I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to punish myself for it while I'm doing it. Helen says, run the fan. It's fine. I know it's fine, but I am a baby and I'm a perfectionist. And when I listen back to this show, I can hear that fan. And I'm like, man, I hate that. I hate that the mic picks up that fan. Jack says RSO oil will kill cancer cells and help other elements in the body. Lacey says, I got mine on for you. You doing martinis, Susan? See, Heath, you can still participate. Do you ever try CBD, Heath? Are you able to do that? That's not got any THC in it, and it has relaxing effects. Fire in the house. Sandy said, thinking about it, I would do, Tony. What? Yeah. I just realized that sounded wrong. Kind of sounded like I'm thinking about doing, Tony. Riley said I roll my own. I don't know how. I can roll a blunt. I cannot roll a joint. I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm owning that shit. I'm going to come right out front of you and be like, hello, my name is Shawn, and I don't know how to roll a joint. I can't get a joint to roll out. Please help me. Now, if I wanted to learn, I could learn. I'm lazy. But I figured out how to roll a blunt. It took me a long time, but I figured it out. Helen said, nobody's going to offer you, Paul. Top fan needs love too, guys. Everybody tell Paul he's pretty. Jack says, if you vape oil, it's hard on the lungs. And Susan said, I've got some Tommy Chong CBD doing it too. How's that working out? We were going to talk about that, and then we never did. What'd you think of the Tommy Chong stuff? Lori said, we're all thinking about doing Tony right now. Well, it's hard not to. He's an attractive man, you know. He's got it going on. Player for sure. Yeah, the vape oil, I'm sure it's not good for you. I'm sure it's not, you know. But like I said, I can do it in the house. I mean, it's kind of a trade. This isn't good for my lungs either. You know, this is one of the dumbest things you could possibly do. Joan says, I don't smoke it, but I can roll a good one. Sweet dreams are made of this. Sandy said, I lost my concentration. Nips out for Top Fan. That's right. Come on, y'all. Get your nips out for Top Fan. I might pull my nips out for Top Fan. Jack says, Cidaberry OG is pretty good shit. Just saying. Cidaberry OG. What strain is that? Or are you going to get all elitist on me and tell me the strains don't matter? It's really about the terpenes. I know that's true. But how do I know what the terpenes are? You know what I mean? Indica and sativa gives me an idea of what the high is going to be like. Rose asked, where did Tony go? He got shy and left. All you ladies coming after him. Yeah, vape is for hotel rooms and my bedroom and my office and all that. But I am going to have to go ahead and say goodbye for the evening. I appreciate the hell out of you guys joining me. And Javier, if you're still here, I was just talking to Robert about wanting to have you on. So we are definitely going to do that again. And I'm also trying to get Harsh Med to come on. I did his show recently. He owes me one. So I'm going to line that up too. We're going to have a bunch of guests coming up. But remember, come back Friday because Todd Church is going to be here. And that's going to be a lot of fun. But thanks for hanging out with me and coming to the show tonight. We do this every night at 5 Mountain, 6 Pacific, 7 Central, at 8 Eastern, live right here. Wherever you were at tonight, we're going to be here tomorrow night, same time. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for coming.